Hey, what's going on, my people? Thank you for joining us. Today's episode is episode number 10. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. It's an honor, it's a pleasure speaking my mind, letting you guys know my thoughts. I'm not telling anyone how to live their life. They must listen what I say. I just want to express myself and tell people things that I've been through and I've gone through as an individual, as a businessman, as a husband, as a friend, as a family member. So, thank you guys for tuning in. We're on episode number 10, and today's episode, it's going to call Procrastination Leads to Regret. Procrastination leads to regret. And I'm just going to put out a small disclaimer. Please, guys, don't take this personal. I am not targeting anyone specific. I am not talking to anyone directly. So please don't inbox me. Don't write bad comments because you feel what I'm saying is directed towards you. Unless it is. But usually people that find offense to statements are the ones that are guilty. But I am not on here to be negative, talk down to anyone. I'm just expressing myself and documenting my experiences in life so far. And, today is kind of a down day for me. And today, 2 years ago, my brother got killed. It's one of those things where I wasn't going to make an episode today because, I kind of woke up in a down spirit. But, I tell myself, no matter what I'm going through or what life throws at me, I'm going to get up, be consistent, do what I say I'm going to do, and just take the day head on no matter what. So yes, guys, this is more of a down, smooth type of chill vibe episode today. Still going to be talking about good topic. Still going to express how I feel very strongly about, my opinion on things. But just toning it down a little bit, relaxing, drinking a little wine, taking it easy. Just doing a mental refresh while I express and I talk to you guys out here. If you're listening on podcasts, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. YouTube, big up yourself. You already know the vibes. And like we always say, positive thoughts equals positive results. Once again, guys, positive thoughts equals positive results. Thanks for coming on this journey with me, taking time out of your busy day, your busy life, your busy schedule just to tune in, and just listening to my thoughts. I would appreciate it, guys, if you're listening, watching. Please subscribe, share, let the message reach who it's supposed to reach. The ones that got to hear it will hear it. And the ones that are going to see it will see it. Blessed love to everyone out there. Thank you for coming and joining me today. So, like I said, today's episode is episode number 10. So for me, that is a milestone in my podcast career and my YouTube career. 10 episodes down, and I feel very accomplished. I feel very good about it, and I'll tell you why. When I started the first episode, I didn't know how long it would take me to get to episode 10, or I would even have material, topics to speak on. And surprisingly, as a lot of people, they may not notice, having thoughts is unlimited. you have unlimited thoughts. You go through things every day, you interact, you encounter things every day. And those are all thoughts that you can then incorporate into an episode. You know, if you're a person that want to speak to people, enlighten people, and, you know, just speak on things that you feel are important and people need to hear. So I've been jotting down a lot of notes for episodes, for topics, ideas, and I just want to say it does come naturally to me. I don't feel it's hard at all to come on here, express my thoughts and my feelings, and speak to my people. Surprisingly, it's very natural to me. So I'm going to continue. I love it. It's a passion, and I will have the consistency. So, talking about the episode today where we say procrastination leads to regret. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. You know, in life, our thoughts tend to get in the way sometimes of actions and things that we want to do. And the way you were brought up and the way you're grown, I should say, can be a factor in why you'll have regrets in life because you procrastinated on doing things. Either you felt you didn't have the know-how, you didn't have anyone around you to show you, you didn't have anyone around you to even point you in the right direction of getting certain things done. So your thoughts never came to fruition. Your thoughts never manifested itself into actions, into reality. Because everything starts in the mind. All thoughts start in the mind. You know, everything that we have around us that has been created started in the mind. You know, there is someone out there that thought of it, had the idea. They had to manifest it from the mental, put it on paper, or verbalize it to the right people and the right source to make it a reality. Someone had to think about a camera to capture motion picture, to capture regular picture, and for it to be manifested into the video camera than to be where it's at today. Same thing with the microphone. Someone had to think about a way to broadcast your voice, your frequency, to a large amount of people effortlessly. So to conceptualize it and manifested it, put it on paper, and made it into a reality. So all of these inventions that make our lives a lot easier in this day and age and more comfortable and free-flowing and less hassle, because we live in an age now where everyone wants things at their fingertip, instant gratification. We don't want to wait for anything. All of these were conceptualized and thought about from an individual or a group that put their minds together, and then they made it a reality. So they turned something that was intangible into a tangible product. And that's going to show that if the person that made these creations or made these inventions, let's not call it creation because people will find offense to that, even though when you do invent something, you are creating it. They're very sensitive at times with that word creation that's supposed to leave only for God. So let's call it an invention. So a lot of these things that's out here, all these things that's out here that's been invented, if those people that invented, you know, these inventions, these creations, were procrastinators, or just people that thought of the idea and then went about their daily lives and about their business and never continued the creation of it mentally before it turned physical, then a lot of these things we wouldn't have in the world today. Creation starts in the mind. putting it on paper, getting the right team, the right people, because people think you might have the mental and you might have the thought of creating something. You just don't have the execution. You don't have the physical attributes to get it done. And that's why, like I stress a lot, you need the right people around you. Even if they're not the ones that's going to get it done, but they can point you in the right direction. They can put you in motion. They can put you in the direction of getting your ideas and your thoughts accomplished and make them a reality. So having ideas and sitting on them, in other words, procrastinating, can lead to regret, and it will lead to regret. You ever been thinking about something, and I'm guilty of it, of course. You're thinking of an idea, and you're like, man, this would be great if someone or if I could get this done. And of course, it's things that definitely would make your life easier. And I notice, based on the career you're in, the job you're in, the space you're in, that's where a lot of inventions will come up and you will have the idea. So being, like I said, into certain spaces can trigger your mental and trigger the creativity that you have and the thoughts that you have in being great and, getting to that next level. And then, you thought about it and then you're like, okay, on to the next thing. You put it down, didn't put a second thought in it, never wrote your thoughts down on paper so you don't forget. You didn't try to get an action plan together to get it in motion. You didn't do any of that. You just thought about it at the moment and you left it. And then let's be modest and say a year, 2 years down the line, you see the same exact thing that you thought about is being advertised on TV. You see it being marketed on social media. You're seeing ads all over the place and you want to kick yourself in the rear. You get so mad and you get to the point where you feel like someone stole your idea. But unfortunately, they didn't. We're just creatures that we think so much alike that is scary at times. When you and someone is on the same frequency, same vibration, you'll be surprised the thoughts are in line and similar in many ways. So it just so happened that the creation that's out, or the invention that's been created, you and that person had the same idea and was on the same frequency at that same time, believe it or not. And it just so happened that you procrastinated on it, never put anything in motion. They didn't. Now they're leveling up, bossing up. They're picking and reaping fruits from their labor and their hard work, and you're sitting there looking like Bozo the Clown. You having regrets and getting upset, but you can't get upset at anybody but yourself. You cannot get upset at anyone but yourself. And this is where things come out for copyrights, patents, your IPs, your intellectual properties, having all of these things done, set in stone. Because frequency is so powerful and you'll have multiple people creating the same concept at the same time. So who did it first? And that's where the rights come in of who owns the rights to certain things. So procrastination leads to regret when you're going to just sit on your ass, think of great ideas, know to yourself it's great. It doesn't even have to be an invention. It doesn't have to be an invention. It can be writing a novel. It can be a storyline. It can be a script. It could be to make someone's life better. It could be, reaching out to someone. But because you sit on it and you procrastinated on it, then you will never benefit from it. You lose from it. And a lot of times it's ego. Ego create that procrastination as well. And with that, it's going to lead to regret. Especially if you know in yourself something is supposed to be done. Let's use death, for example. You have friends or family members that you know you need to reach out to. You know that you should reach out to them based on the relationship. But something might have happened in the family or in the friendship that you guys stopped talking. So because of ego, everybody want to do their own thing. Everybody is mad. I want to prove a point that I don't need you. All of these things. And God forbid one of person or people passed away. Right? Please tell me you won't have regret in terms of that situation. You now lost someone that you were close to, had a great relationship with, and because of your ego and at times can be arrogance, you never reach out to that person. And now the person is no longer in the physical. You can't say you're sorry. You can't apologize for what you've done. So you're going to have to live with that regret because you procrastinated on reaching out to that person. You're thinking, I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next month. I'll do it next week until it's too late. Take coronavirus, for example. Do you know how many people live in regrets now for not doing things and reaching out because of their ego and because of procrastination? And there's nothing, or no one could tell them anything that would change that regret that they'll have in their hearts, in their minds. So taking it away from a monetary standpoint and not putting, notoriety on it. So we're not going to use, an invention and creating something to make millions off of it, hundreds of thousands off of it, and you procrastinated, so you regret it. It happens every day. I wanted to be more emotional and touch on a more emotional topic today. And for me, that was one of my biggest regrets. I procrastinated in reaching out to my brothers, my younger brothers, and showing them the ropes, taking them under my wings, teaching them the right things, because I always felt they're young, they're going to have time when they get older and they could understand a little bit more. I'll reach out to them and I'll teach them something. Show them wrong from right, because they're around people and around the space of friends that means them no good. So, my brother passing away and me not being able to take him under my wings, take him under my arms, showing him what he can do with his life and what he can become, is one of the biggest regrets I have as an adult. I don't have too many regrets because I live with what I've done and I've learned from it, and I know the course corrections I need to get done. I know how to course correct. So a lot of things that I do, I know how to learn from it. I know how to live from it. But I can sit here, guys, and I can tell you that was a regret that I have because I procrastinated on reaching out to my brothers. I still have brothers that, I'm trying to do better now, but one blame me for my other brother dying, and the other one, He's an adult. He's a grown man. He does take good advice, but he's currently in Jamaica, so we're not as close in person. So there is but so much, I could put him onto or show him, but I still do as much as I can. And, he understands, he sees it, and he's learning. Now, the younger one, he's mad at me, and I understand, and I'll continue to touch base and see how I can, reach out to him. And a lot of that also stems from different baby mothers. My dad has kids with different mothers, so I never grew up in a home with a brother or a sister. Everyone was outside. I'm the only one from my mother and father. So they're all half brothers, half sister, as the terminology goes. So it's a different dynamic when you don't grow in the same house with your siblings. Not to say it's an excuse, but it is different because certain things are not done on a timely fashion. You're not there physically to address issues and to talk about things when it's happening. You always finding out the after fact. There's a lot of things that was going on with my brother before he passed away that I didn't know about until after he passed away. So if he was around in the same household or closer to me, based on same mother, father, and knowing what's going on, I probably could have addressed a lot of things. But I'm not gonna go down that lane and be specific on a lot of things. I just wanted to make this episode dedicated to my brother and to share with you guys and let you guys know that, please, procrastination leads to regret, and some of those regrets, they're lifelong regrets. You can't change those regrets. You won't forget those regrets. They come around once, twice, 3 times a year, no matter how hard you try to forget it. And it puts you in a very dark space. It puts you in a spot where if you're not strong mentally, you can go into depression, and you can be in a space you can be in a very dark space. Let's say that. You can be in a very dark space because of thoughts, memories, regrets from that situation. So, guys, I'm not going to do a long episode today. I just definitely had to stay consistent. I did not want to procrastinate on this episode. I did not want to have any regrets of not doing this episode. So I came on here and I expressed to you guys my thoughts and my feelings on my biggest regret due to procrastination of me not being there as an older brother, or, trying to teach my younger brothers the right way and how to do things. And unfortunately, because of their environment and the people that they were around, and things that happened lead to one of my brother's demise. And it weighs heavy on my heart. I do have a lot of regret about it. I have never expressed or went on social media or any platform and put anything up in terms of rest in peace to my brother. A lot of people don't even know I had a brother that passed away. But that's not me. But I am in a space now on the 2-year anniversary of my brother's passing to share with my fans, my friends, my families, my thoughts and my feelings of this regret, because I procrastinated to reach out and I procrastinated to bring them around me to show them that life is different, can be different from the norm or what they knew growing up. So thanks for listening, guys. It's an honor. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, thank you guys. Please subscribe, please share, tune in. I drop a new episode every Monday and Thursday on my podcast channel. It's Prolific Vibes Podcast on all platforms. Prolific Vibes Podcast on all platforms. And I also upload the video of my podcast on YouTube every Monday and Thursday, twice a week. So thank you guys once again for tuning in, listening to my thoughts and my ideas and how I perceive things and how I look at the world. And once again, disclaimer, guys, don't take nothing I'm saying personal to you. Because while I'm here in my thoughts and I'm thinking, I am expressing my feelings for a wider audience, a broader audience, to give understanding, to give enlightenment. So I'm not thinking about one particular person when I'm speaking, unless the topic is about you, of course. And you know who you are. So apart from that, guys, don't take offense. And you can leave your thoughts. I have no problem with that. But when they get negative or condescending, that's where we draw the line, guys. We're not here for that. So like we always say, guys, positive vibes, positive thoughts equals positive result. YouTube, big up yourself. You already know the vibes. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Love y'all. It's a pleasure. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll have another episode uploaded for you guys on Monday. This one will be going up today. All right.